Hey everybody, what's going on? All right, I'm back with a quick pickups video and a little bit of an update for you guys. Just wanted to talk about some recent news about the Friday the 13th franchise. I noticed there's a few things going around right now about some comments that were printed by Bloody Disgusting. More or less, they said they were working on trying to get a new Friday the 13th movie together. But, people, of course, are jumping all over that and reporting, oh my God, they're working on a movie because they're doing the TV series now, and they're probably going to do a movie now too, and this is so great. But if you read it a little closer, it basically says they're hopeful that with the new TV series that both sides will be able to come together for an agreement for a new movie. So if I don't know how to take that, but I would say definitely with a grain of salt. I wouldn't think that we're for sure getting a new movie yet. That would be so awesome. But yeah, I don't want to get my hopes too high just yet, because really they're just kind of throwing it out there that we're hoping, that happens. And he's also plugging a new movie they're trying to put together called Night Driver. And, talking about Friday probably helps, getting a little attention to that as well. As well as there was some news about the movie House. One of my personal favorites from back in the day, definitely one of the best horror comedies. I really liked it because it had some genuinely scary moments, but it was funny as well. So you had that little bit of relief in between. So it's always been a good one that I recommend for people who are just looking to get into starting to watch horror movies, and maybe they scare a little bit easily. So that's usually one that I recommend. That it has those nice breaks of comedy in between the scares. Anyway, long story short here, Sean Cunningham is looking at a remake of House. That sounds really exciting. So I would definitely be into that. So I guess we'll see what the future brings with that. Also, recently I've seen a few new movies. Like I saw Smile recently, and I know that came out last March. I just never got a chance to see it, and I will say, in short, it definitely would have been in my top 10 of the year. Probably in my top 3 or 4, because it was right up there with, in my opinion, it was up there with The Black Phone, Barbarian, in that area. I don't know if it was as awesome as Terrifier 2 was for me, because that, like I said, just hit the spot. But I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think Smile would be so scary. It actually had some really solid scares in it that kind of made you go, oof. So any movie that can do that for me is a winner for sure. So I did enjoy the story as well. It was good overall. I really enjoyed that one. So that was one that I saw. I also saw that movie Fall that came out on Netflix not too long ago about the two girls that climb the tower and sort of get stuck up there. Virginia Gardner's in that. She's the one who was in Halloween 2018. She played Vicky. She's really good in that. But it's not a bad movie. I don't know if I would recommend it as like, oh, you got to see it. But it was all right. I mean, I enjoyed it. I probably gave it about a 7 out of 10. Whereas Smile would have been a solid 8, maybe even 8.5. I definitely put it up there. I would say, like I said, I enjoyed it as much as The Black Phone, although it was scarier. But The Black Phone's story was probably a little cooler. Yeah. And Barbarian, another one that was really good. But anyway, I'm just saying that I definitely would have put Smile a lot higher on that list. What else? Also, The Last of Us has come out recently, and you guys might remember I did a little bit of coverage on that when they were filming here in town. The entire series was filmed in Alberta, kind of all over Alberta. There's places where it was filmed, it's like 3-4 hour drive from where I am, but there are places that were just more or less downtown where they were filming from me, which was pretty close. So I definitely want to get out and get a look at some of those places they filmed. I think that would be pretty cool for a future video. That wouldn't be until, of course, summertime or when it's a little bit easier for me to do something like that. But I would like to do that, and I did check out the show. I don't know if you guys did, but I thought it was really good. There is only one episode out currently. The second one comes out this weekend, I'm sure. But the first one I really enjoyed. I thought it was great. Some shots looked familiar, but I wasn't 100% sure on what I was looking at, right? And some other things I wanted to mention too is back on January 15th, this was just earlier in the week, it was the Return of the Living Dead Part 2 anniversary. It came out back in 1988. And yeah, I just wanted to mention, I'm surprised it's that old already, but here we are at 35 years for them. And it's a movie that I really like. It's a lot like the original. Maybe not quite as good, but definitely had its moments. It felt like the same kind of story, and I really enjoy it. So just wanted to mention that it's 35 years old. That's craziness. Also, earlier this week, Tremors, that came out back in 1990. That one had an anniversary as well, just a few days back. That's one of the best sort of family horror action kind of movies that I like to recommend for sure, for people who are just looking to get their feet wet into something that's a little bit freaky but not really full-blown horror. That is one that I really like. And then today, as I film this, it is January 21st, which happens to be the 5-year anniversary of Hereditary. Now, I recently got a Hereditary one-sheet poster. It's the alternate poster, I'm sure. I don't think it's the main one, but it is a legit poster from 2018. And that movie is one that sort of hit pretty hard for me. It kind of, like when I saw that was the first one in a while that had given me some really freaky chills where I was like, woof, it was hard to watch. It was kind of disturbing, like I was very impressed with that movie. Anyway, it's 5 years old, actually 2 days, so just like that, 5 years have passed, and I only watched it for the first time probably a little over a year ago. So I was sort of missing out. I never got a chance to see it. I had just heard it was good. Actually, I think I watched it a couple years ago. It was probably 2020 when I watched it. Yeah, time is flying. Another date on Monday, it's going to be the anniversary of the Blair Witch Project premiering at Sundance back in, I think it was 1999, wasn't it? Yeah, 1999, because it didn't come out until about July, middle of July in 99, if I recall, theatrically for us to see it, but I'm sure it premiered at Sundance early in the year, and I believe it was on the I circled it on my calendar, yeah, the 23rd it was. So that's pretty crazy. That's a long time that has passed there too. Just like that, 24 years. Next year it'll be a 25-year anniversary for the Blair Witch Project. Whew. Where does the time go? Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show you is a few Steelbooks that I picked up. Now these are ones that a lot of you guys I know already have and you've had probably in your possession for several weeks already. Well, just this past week I finally got in my copy of Friday the 13th, the final chapter in Steelbook. This is one I ordered directly from Best Buy. Now these, of course, I have the full set, and I really have no need to watch these. These are just for collectability. I love the Steelbooks. I'm a sucker for a good Steelbook, and I love that original artwork as well. So yeah, I've just been kind of getting them as I go. I have the first 3 as well, which is why I went ahead and picked this one up, because I will be continuing to do that just for the collection. And as you can see, none of them are open. I just kind of want to hang on to them to collect them. I love Steelbooks. Maybe one day I'll open them, I'm not sure. But with these little covers that are on the back, it's kind of annoying because you really have no place to put them and they don't want to go right on there, and I don't want to get rid of them because they have so much information and the collectability factor. So I've just been kind of leaving them sealed, but that is the first 4 right there. I'm sure 5 will be out soon enough. They've been pretty much releasing one every year, kind of. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was definitely worth the grab, and I'll keep trying to get my hands on on these as they come out. Okay, so next one is another Steelbook I had to pick up that again took way too long to get here, but it did finally make it, and that is Terrifier 2. There it is. That was my choice for horror movie of the year last year. Of course, you got art on the back with his cool sunflower glasses. Yeah, this movie was just nothing but fun, and I just had to have a copy of this. This is the Blu-ray. It's not a 4K version or anything like that, but very cool. Disc is pretty plain Jane, like so. And then you have the artwork here on the inside. So the kids holding hands with him. Pretty cool. As you know, I'm a sucker for a Steelbook. And yeah, Terrifier 2, great movie. I really enjoyed it. Fantastic stuff. And it's a nice Steelbook. That's a great picture on the back. Really cool artwork on the front. Awesome stuff. Okay, now moving on to the last Steelbook. Bit of a story on this one. This is one from Best Buy. Kept the outer packaging again. And of course this is the Halloween Ends Steelbook. In that bright orange color. I know there are kind of mixed reviews on that. But here's a better look. I'll just set that down. And the back, of course, you have Laurie, like so. And on the inside, just pop the discs out real quick. Inside you have the big Michael Laurie fight that they're plugging. Isn't that interesting? The Michael Laurie fight going on here. It's like the center of attention there. On the back, you have Laurie, of course, and you have Michael on the front. Yet it's a little misleading on what the movie's about, isn't it? I don't want to pick on it. I like the movie, I really do. But like I said, I was just very disappointed that I didn't get the rest of my story. You know? Yeah, that's Halloween Ends for you, though. Really mixed. It was a lot like Halloween 3 in a way, where people were expecting one thing, they didn't get it at all, and they were really disappointed and pissed off. And it's probably one that's going to grow on a lot of people, and some people already realize it's a good movie on its own, and it is. It's a good movie. I did enjoy it, like I said. I just wish I got the rest of my story on that trajectory with that same Myers and all the rest of it, like finish the story for us, you know? And their excuse is, oh, well, we've already done that. And it's like, dude, that's what your story is about. I'm not asking you to repeat just what you did, but continue in what you're doing in that line. We're all with you here. We're with you. Some people were a little annoyed with kills, and I admit it sort of got a little kill happy. You know, but I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. I damn near gave it the second best film in the franchise when it first came out. I definitely put it behind 2018 now, for sure. But I still really enjoy that movie. It's great. I just wanted them to finish it. You know what I mean? Just finish off the trajectory. Maybe Hawkins gets some closure, you know, for the whole thing, that the storyline they built with the flashback and everything. It would have been nice to see that instead of talking about them cherry blossoms, you know. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? So I wanted more of that kind of story just to finish, you know. And the Corey story would have been great even after. It almost would have been better after that to go down that avenue. Or even without Myers, just some kind of spirit of Haddonfield or whatever going on where he does that. Maybe he uses that other mask, you know. It would have been a cool angle. I'm not saying Halloween Ends sucked, because it didn't. It was so disappointing for me. It was like, God damn it. But anyway, with this one, this is the one I got from Best Buy. So I pre-ordered this from Zavi, okay, as well as the blue version. So, you know, I collect them. And I have a lot of the Steelbooks from the Halloween franchise. Every one I can get my hands on anyway. But it was taking forever to come in. And Zavi's still, as of January, 21st, it is still not here. So about 10 days ago, I saw that Best Buy had them on the Canadian site. So bestbuy.ca jumped on there. I saw that they were available to to order and ship online. So I was like, all right, well, I'll get one just to make sure that I have one, and we'll see. Maybe it'll get here faster than the Zavi will, and it sure as hell did. It's been here like a week. So still no Zavi, like I said. Still waiting. But anyway, that is the copy here, and I can watch it at home now, so it's nice to have. And I am not a hater of the orange cover. I know some people complain, but orange is my favorite color. Has been since I was as far back as I can remember anything. So I really like it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a nice looking cover. But like I said, it's a little bit misleading because it makes you think it's about Laurie and Michael and like a big showdown, and it's not really about that. I did have one more pickup to show you guys that I still haven't opened yet. I've been waiting on this. This is from the Scream Factory Shocktober sale they had. I believe it was Scream Factory's 10-year anniversary. And if you got a certain amount of gear, you got a free t-shirt. And the t-shirt was offered by Gutter Garbs, I guess. I guess Gutter Garbs did these shirts, and they took a long time to get out. So this just came in here about, again, probably 10 days ago or so. And this is my first look at it, and it already looks freaking awesome. Okay, so it's not in one of those plastic bags they always ship them in. Oh, is that ever cool? That's an awesome shirt, you guys. Great job on this. Here, I'll show you. So I'm not wasting time here, but check this out. Just an awesome design. That's amazing artwork. I love it. Disc in the forehead of that zombie and in the neck. So cool. Scream Factory 10th anniversary. Love the jack-o'-lanterns. The werewolf. Chainsaw dude. Look at this, man. Wow. This is a beautiful piece of art. I love this. And that is my size, XL, Scream Factory, Gutter Garbs release. Awesome t-shirt, guys. I really love that. Thank you so much for doing that. That is a very cool shirt. See, I love shirts like this. This has its own flavor, you know? Like, this is a horror t-shirt, and it's not for any specific movie. It's just really cool. You know, and a 10th anniversary. I love this, because you know they're not going to be redoing these either. Very cool shirt. And just straight black and white like that. Beautiful. Well done. Thank you, Scream Factory. Thank you, Gutter Garbs. Awesome, awesome shirt. I love that. All right, guys. Well, that is pretty much it for now. As you know, like I said, there's going to be some Halloween Steelbooks eventually getting here at some point. I do have some t-shirt pickups. I am toning them down a little bit this year, trying to cut back on it, just really going for some of the elite stuff and not getting so crazy with it. The bottom line is there's just so many nice new t-shirts and designs coming out these days that, you know, competition's getting tough, but I'm just going to have to get a little pickier on what I'm willing to put money down on, because, man, there's a lot out there. Anyway, that is it for now, you guys. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you guys again for another one real soon. Take care.